All right, guys, so let's talk about what you should know before you actually start product researching. Okay, so like I said in the earlier video, product research is absolutely the most important aspect of Amazon FBA. Okay, you can have the best marketing strategy, you can have the greatest listing, but if you choose the wrong product, you would have just wasted so much time and you would have wasted your money as well. So we do not want that. That is why I'm going to show you how to find viable and profitable products so you don't end up getting into the wrong product. Okay, so we use a product research tool. It's the one that I absolutely recommend the most. It's called Jungle Scout. Okay, so all of the links for all of these for Jungle Scout will be down below or in the somewhere in this description area. And so Jungle Scout is a product research tool that we use. It's absolutely the best that I personally use. There are many other, but me personally, as well as all my students, we all use Jungle Scout. It's a great tool. Okay, so there are two things that you'll need from Jungle Scout. You'll need the web app and you'll need the Chrome extension. Okay, so the Chrome extension, sorry, let's go look down real quick. So monthly billing. Okay, so for the web app, it's about $39 a month. You guys don't need to get fancy and get the $69 a month or the $99 a month. Just use the startup, which is $39 a month. What you can do, and what I recommend for my students and for other people, is that you can go ahead and just sign up for the first month, and then you can cancel it like before your billing for your next month. Chances are we're going to end up finding our product before the month even ends, so we won't need to have it constantly reoccurring. Okay, so the web app, $39 a month. Make sure that we get that. And the second thing that we'll need is the Chrome extension. Okay, so same thing, like I said, the web app. You don't need to get fancy. You don't need the 197 Pro edition. It's going to be a one-time fee, so it's not monthly payments. And then the light version is only $97, and that's only a one-time payment. So make sure that number one, we need the web app. The web app is how we're going to actually be searching for products. And the second one is the Chrome extension. This is what we're going to be using to pull data out of products and product catalogs to see if the product is viable, if it matches our criteria. Okay, and speaking of criteria, let's go ahead and look back at our the five. I call it the 5 core essentials. These are absolutely essential when we're looking for viable products and profitable products to sell on Amazon. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be looking at is the reviews. Okay, so when we pull the Chrome, we use the Chrome extension, like we were just talking about in this video, to pull the data out of a product. We'll be able to see products and how many the product catalog and how many reviews are each that are in each listing, so we can gauge the market to see if the competition is low enough for us to enter. Reviews are a way for us to see how competitive the market is. Okay, so if we are looking at 10 listings, and of all those 10 listings, they're all at like over 100 reviews, then we can assume that the market is very steep, and it's very competitive, and it's going to be a lot tougher for us to break through. But what we typically will look for, and we'll be going over this more in depth in a later video, in our product research video, but we want to be looking for products that are under 7 out of the top 10 listings should be under 75 reviews. 100 reviews would be could work too, depending on the market, but 7 out of the top 10 should be under 75 reviews. This will give us an opportunity to a chance for us to enter into the market and get into the front page, because that's what we need to do when we're getting into a product anyway. Okay, so the second thing is sales and sales and revenue. We want to make sure that there are enough sales and there are enough revenue in the market, so that we know that when we enter the market and get into the front page, that we can we can generate that revenue and those sales as well. So, and I mean, the top 10 listings could have low reviews, but if the sales and revenue are really low, then we won't be able to make any money from it, and that's not what we want. All right, the third thing is the price. Okay, so I always recommend that the price of your product is between at least over $15, or $15 to $25, for your first product, because products that are between $15 and $25 are usually pretty low in terms of getting the cost of manufacturing, so it's viable. If it's below $15, the reason why we want to avoid products that are below $15 is because when you consider FBA fees, you consider storage fees, and you consider all of the fees that occur with Amazon FBA, it's going to cut into our margins. So The only way we would want to get into a product that's under $15 is if the cost of manufacturing of the product is extremely low, like less than 50 cents. Okay, because like I said, if your cost of product is, you know, $2 to manufacture, and your price is $10, and then FBA fees are like $6, $7, you literally have $1 profit. So it doesn't make any sense. So let's make sure that we're looking for products that are above $15. If you find a product that looks pretty good and it's below $15, just send it my way. We'll look at it together. There are some exceptions to the rule. There are some products that could work that are under $15. So make sure you just send it to me. We'll look over it together, and we'll make sure that if it's like it checks out. If not, then we can move on to another product. Okay. Fourth thing is listing quality. This is one of my favorites because I come from a branding background. Listing quality. So if we look at the top 10 listings, and we notice that, the reviews are low, it's doing some sales, it's doing some revenue, the price is pretty good. And then we notice that all of the listings, their photos are bad, their descriptions, their bullet points, they're all kind of weak, they're not optimized correctly, then there's a chance for us to go in there and differentiate and have a more enticing, more compelling listing that will set us apart from the competitors. All right. So the fifth thing, and this is absolutely important, it's going to be patents and seasonality. Okay, so we want to make absolutely sure that the product that we're getting into isn't patented, because if a product is patented, number one, our product listing is going to get removed, and number two, worse, you can get sued, and we don't want that. Number two is number two, or part two of number five, is seasonality. We're going to use a website called camelcamelcamel.com to be able to gauge if the product is seasonal. So let's say, for example, you are looking into a product like a water product, like a water, whatever, for something for water. And it turns out that it only does well during the summer season. We don't want that, because number one, we want to make sure that our revenue and our sales and our profit is pretty what's the word, consistent throughout the year. So if we're selling a product that's only made for summer, that means during fall and winter our sales are going to decline, and we don't want that. Okay, the only way we would get into a seasonal product is if we are prepared, like 100% prepared. Like, for example, it's Q4 right now. If you decide that you want to get into a Christmas product, like if you got that product in like today, then you would be good for the season, and you could make your money, and you don't have to resell it again or restock when you run out. All right. So those are the 5 things that we look at, the 5 core essentials, I call it. We are going to be going over every single one of them step by step. I'm going to be explaining it in depth, so don't worry if you didn't really understand it. But let's go over it one more time. Reviews is number 1. 2 is sales and revenue. Number 3 is our price. 4 is the listing quality, and 5 is patents and seasonality. Like I said, we're going to be going over all of this today, but I just want you guys to know that this is what you should know before you start product researching. These are the things that we do look for, and we do need Jungle Scout's web app, and we do need Jungle Scout's Chrome extension so we can move forward and find that viable product. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next video.